Welcome to another episode of Squared Circle. Today we have. What are you doing? I'm recording for it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. We're gonna go to AEW Dynamite.
Dude, it's 3 a.m.
Yeah, we're gonna go because I figured I'd come over now, get it over with.
Get out of my house.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a podcast all about wrestling. In this corner, an author and a black belt, Kibbles.
Kibbles? What kind of name is that?
Pookie the Wolf is the best.
I forgot my copies. And in this corner, Pookie the Wolf.
Pookie the Wolf is one of the best.
Welcome to the Kibbles and Pookie's Squared Circle.
Welcome to another episode of Squared Circle. I am Pookie the Wolf.
I'm Kibbles, the Kibbles.
The Kipples. And today we're gonna talk about.
Pro wrestling.
Well, I mean, don't we always do that?
Exactly, that was the joke.
Same thing we do every Wednesday, Kibbles. Try to talk about what the fuck WWE is doing. Yeah. So there was something that I was like appalled by, but not surprised with WWE, but I can't remember what it was.
Was it the double wedding?
Yes. What was it? Dana Brooke apologized for that segment?
Did she?
Yeah, she said I apologize for the segment. I think either because she
I
said
didn't
something
see
she wasn't
that.
supposed to, or
Oh.
in general.
I didn't see that she apologized.
He's over here.
I have no idea where my phone ended up.
It's somewhere.
Oh well.
You don't need it right now.
I apologize for all the times that I'm going to back up from the microphone and blow my nose because my allergies are friggin' awful.
That's fine. Are you gonna be good tonight since we're going AEW?
Yeah. No, I'm
Good.
fine. I just have to blow my nose a bunch.
It's just allergies.
It's just allergies.
You know, the Leah Cora Center has plenty of dander.
Plenty of dander.
Pet dander.
Pet-
They do the pet
Beat
show
me
every
to it.
year. Yeah. They do the pet show every year. I remember what it was. It was the fact that they had Rhea Ripley in a tag team and then had her tag team betray her, and then she got back into a tag team and then betrayed that tag team anyway. And I'm like, why would you even bother putting her anywhere? Why not just fucking leave her alone? It's almost like they made a tag team title for the women's, and that's all they use now. It's almost
And
like,
and now Liv Morgan is posting pictures of them on social media where she's like crossing out the
is she really?
crossing out
That's
like
weird.
like a crazy X like
Oh fuck!
cutting out the or like scratching the eyes and stuff.
My favorite.
It's pretty entertaining actually.
My favorite new meme now is the Liv Morgan thing, the Elimination Chamber, where she dropped the F-bomb. Did you see that?
No.
Or hear that? Because like, so Nat is like taunting her. She's like, "You see that, Liv?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "You like that?" She's like, "Oh yeah," and like, not thinking that she was on there, was just like being like super gay about it and just trying to like really kind of react to it and be like, "Yeah, oh yeah, I like that a lot." And then she goes, "That's what I'm gonna do to you," and she goes, "Oh fuck," and like. Elimination Chamber, I guess they caught it. So like on the pay-per-view, I guess they edited it out, but it was one of those things where like you could hear her say like, "Oh fuck," like really like obnoxious like porn moans kind of like way, like that really high pitch like, "Oh fuck," and it's just like it's just silly and stupid and it's hilarious and I love it.
That's funny.
Chamber.
I like it. That's gonna be you.
But which makes sense because she's very like loud and I feel like she screams a lot. Not during sex. I'm just talking about in general.
Oh, okay.
Like she was on Attack of the Show and she was just yelling and being super loud and obnoxious.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that she was just like
Not at all.
super loud and obnoxious. But AEW, coming back to it. Well, you know what? Let's talk about WWE because we're going to talk about a bunch of AEW. Considering we're going to be there tonight, we'll talk about WWE now because I was so excited to break into your house at 3 a.m. that I forgot to set out a game plan for what we're going to talk about. And so with WWE, yeah, the Rhea Ripley thing kind of upset me because I was like, just fucking doing the same thing you're doing over again. And then the wedding thing has always bothered me. The 24-hour title was just pissed me off. Because at least when it was the hardcore title, it was like fun and like hardcore. And people beat each other with stuff.
Hardcore parkour.
But now it's just silly where like you could just pin someone and somehow get a 3 count and no one would be like, I see that you're pinning me. Why would I let you pin me? Anywho.
There have been some funny segment stuff.
Yeah, it's a silly thing. I get that, but
There are certain things that I think work really well for it, and certain things that don't. I mean, I think overall it's not that entertaining, but
I think AEW like just like barely crosses that line where like it's like, oh, we're silly at certain points,
Mhm.
but not like the whole gimmick is that I don't fucking understand it.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but like I won't, but like I also can't lie. Like there was, there have been a number of like segments for the 24/7 title, specifically
That you
our
enjoyed.
truth segments that I thought were like
Our
hilarious.
Truth is just good. Our Truth is just funny. He's a funny guy. He's always been good at like being like when he found that niche of like being the funny guy,
Yeah.
he was doing good. Like even and that's in the era of stuff that I didn't even watch. Like I stopped watching when he started getting to be like the funny stuff. So like
Yeah, that was after he got serious
yeah,
for a little while.
because I remember him as K Quick. That's how I remember him.
Okay, quick road dog getting rowdy.
Yeah, and then when he hit What's Up, I was like, I don't get it, but he's funny as hell.
What's up?
He's very humorous.
And then he was the truth will set you free.
Oh, that's right.
He was serious. He had a pay-per-view main event against John Cena for the championship. He was a tag team with The Miz.
Yeah, that was that weird thing where like they were not under contract or something.
Yeah, the awesome truth. And then he went back to being funny. And it led us to great moments like he came out during the Royal Rumble one time and grabbed a ladder out from under the ring, put it in the ring, and reached up like he was going to grab the briefcase. And there's no briefcase there.
I feel like that's too long of a wait though. Like there has to be a moment where like to be that long of setting up the ladder and then realizing, oh, like if it was something quick.
There was also a segment where WWE made like a funny play off of the like how people come out and they're like, I'm gonna win the match. No, I'm gonna win the match because they're all in like the Money in the Bank or whatever, and they always come out and interrupt each other. Well, then
Yeah.
R-Truth came out and he was like, I'm gonna win the match, and he's like, he does like a 30-second promo or whatever, and one of the guys in the ring, or maybe it was Kane or whatever, somebody was like, you're not even in the match,
Yeah.
and he was like, sorry, my bad, and he just leaves.
Yeah. I do remember that one. That one's good too. Yeah, it's such a. I get it. Like he really makes it work. I don't get what is it? Reggie is Reggie the guy? That guy has. It seems like he's got a lot of skill,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like they should be using him more. But it's like using Ricochet as much as possible because it's like eventually he's not gonna be able to do that, and you should use that up as much as possible. Have good matches between him. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird.
Maybe he's not a good worker. Maybe he's just good at jumping around and flipping around.
That's true. That could be the case.
I don't know anything about him. I'm just
Yeah, I don't know. It's such a thing of like I don't get what they're like always. I just don't get what they're doing anymore. I don't get what they're trying to do. Like, what was it? What are they doing now? The Bianca Belair and Sonya.
yeah, Sonya Deville.
Yeah, that I'm like that's interesting. Like something different because she didn't really wrestle for a while, right?
Right. She was injured.
So it's just like that's cool. You could do that, but then like the Ronda Rousey thing is like, because that's what I'm saying. Like the main title, there's nothing really going on that I'm like. The women's titles are the only thing I'm like. Okay, let's see what they do here. I'm not really paying attention really to Roman Reigns because it's like I don't think they're doing any interest. I mean, it's been that way. It's been that way. Where it's like,
Is it because they don't have any challengers for Roman Reigns?
Yeah, I would say so. Probably the main reason. I mean, I get that they're not having him wrestle for a reason, but I don't know. I think they just need something going on as far as anybody, even if they pretend that someone's doing a good job or trying to, like, it just feels like a.
Yeah, man. Don't you know we're talking about unifying the tag team championships.
Didn't they do that already?
No, they're talking about it though. It might happen at Backlash. I
I thought
think.
they said they never would do that.
Th-
That's true. I mean, they
Listen,
never
bro.
s-
Roman
they-
Reigns has
they
both
never-
championships,
they
and he
never-
is now pushing his cousins to have both championships.
But then they also said that they're not going to put title versus title, and they did that anyway. So they're probably full of shit anyway.
It
there.
means nothing.
It means nothing.
It means nothing.
WWE's word is fickle.
Listen, we just gotta make it
Say it. Say fickle.
fickle.
Thank you.
Fickle dickle.
No, don't say that. That's
Okay.
weird.
Fickle.
Just say fickle. Thank you. All right, continue with what you're saying.
Nickel.
No, just
Okay.
go on with what you're saying. You were saying
Okay.
something and I cut you off.
Listen, they just gotta build Roman Reigns. They just gotta get these big challengers for Roman Reigns. Right now, I don't know. Might not happen. Might happen. I don't know. I'm wondering if we're gonna get the Cody Roman Reigns thing maybe at SummerSlam, and then we'll get like maybe Drew McIntyre or something for the UK show, because they're doing a pay-per-view in the UK in September, which is why SummerSlam is super early this year.
I think what I think the problem is for them is a lot of, you could look at AEW with Adam Page, where there's a guy who you think is not a top main guy, but they made it to I'm like, oh yeah, Adam Page is a top main. Like, they made me believe that he's a top main guy. I don't think they do that with like Sami Zayn and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. I don't feel like those guys are, like, they're doing these little gimmicky weird things right now that I'm like, I don't feel like they're really taken seriously. It's just like Roman Reigns is the only.
Yeah, well, that's their problem with booking. I
Yeah.
did mean to say to you, like, how come Kevin Owens is being such a dick? Like, could you imagine showing up like your first day of work and someone's just calling you a liar for no reason?
Are you doing a bit right now? Are you talking about Ezekiel?
Yeah, Ezekiel.
But it's Elias.
No, it's Ezekiel. It's Elias's brother.
No, it's definitely Elias.
No, Elias has a
He
beard.
shaved his face.
What? No. Elias
You can
has.
shave your face.
No, listen.
I'm
Elias
not
has a
gonna get into
beard.
this with you.
He comes out with a guitar and he sings and he says, "Let's walk." Who wants to walk with Elias? Like, Zeke doesn't do that.
I have a question.
He doesn't play the guitar. He doesn't say, "Let's walk with Ezekiel."
So, if something happened to you where you stopped doing stuff actively, does that mean your brother is going to take over for your Twitter account and just say, "I'm not Kibbles.
Possibly.
This is not Andrew. This is me, Patrick."
Yeah, possibly. Does he tweet from the same Twitter?
He has the same Twitter handle.
Oh, never
I'm
mind.
pretty
then.
sure they didn't make a new one. They just use the same one, and we'll just say, I am Elias's little brother.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just looking forward to the day when Elias returns, and then they win the tag team titles together.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
It's.
Who wants to hear Zeke
Did you-
speak?
Did you see the? I think I sent it to you on Instagram where there's a Photoshop picture of the two of them together.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is evidential proof that this is not possible. They're not they're brothers. They're not the same person.
And
there
it's,
they go, right there.
It's Zeke on Triple H's body.
Yeah.
No, it I'll be honest. I actually think the Kevin Owens Zeke stuff is entertaining.
It's actually, yeah, I do.
I
enjoy
think
it.
it's entertaining
because
I know people that don't, but I think it's
I
entertaining.
enjoy it, and I don't like any of what they've been doing. But like, even with what's his face? Is it Ciampa or with Ciampa?
Ciampa, yeah,
With Ciampa, where he's like, no, I see where you're confused.
yeah.
It's his little brother,
It's really-
and it's just like, and then like, but like, there's the self awareness in like Kevin Owens. Why are you doing this to me? Why
Yeah.
are you doing? Why are you agreeing with them? He's like, that's not. Come on, stop playing with me. Like, he's just like,
yeah,
he's not going like saying the same thing over and over. And he goes, come on, like, guys, come on, this isn't real. Stop it. Like, he's not going like, you're not his brother. You're not his brother. Like, it's like legitimately seems like he's in distress and be like, yeah, no, that's not him. Why are you guys lying? Why are you guys, why are you doing this? I love it when he first saw something.
yeah.
why are you doing this? He's like, Elias, wait, what are you doing? He's like, no, I'm his brother. That's why. He's like, what? No. He's like, no, you're not. And just that whole concept of like, Kevin Owens really sells it.
Yeah.
And he's getting pissed off
Oh,
about it.
Kevin Owens is what makes the segment. If they tried it with somebody else, I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
And then even with Chad Gable this past Monday, when he hooks him up to a lie detector and he asks him the question, and when he doesn't get the result he wants, he's like, "You're not asking it right." It's like this thing of like everybody is in on the joke except Kevin Owens, which is like what's making it funny.
Yeah. And everyone knows.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like, even the audience are like, yeah, it's funny. Like, we're just enjoying it for now.
Mm-hmm. I know people who don't think it's entertaining. They think it's stupid. I find it so far I found it entertaining. They might take it too far. But right now I think it's entertaining.
So, getting to tonight, the AEW Dynamite match. I was surprised, to be honest, that last week for Pittsburgh, we were told exactly what we're going to see. Because like normally they don't always do all of it. It's more of like you find out that like Monday.
No, they usually do. They usually give you at least 3 matches.
Yeah,
every week.
but like, and I don't know if we'll have more stuff, like maybe, like, because I'm thinking that maybe they'll do like a segment with Paige and Punk.
Maybe.
Even if it's not a match, I mean, of course it's going to be something. Or just an interview with one of them. The concept of them, the thing I'm really hoping for is them to state that they're doing something with Danhausen and Hook by the time Rampage comes around.
I'm in this weird state that I feel like they're not. I feel like they're going to be like,
yeah.
So here's where my gut is. My gut is that they're going to end up being like the pre-show of Double or Nothing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of buildup though. Still,
I don't know.
like I don't know how much more, because the problem is that I think even they could have it just so that way Hook squashes him. But like, why would you build so much up for just like they'd have to have a legitimate match if they're gonna wait till Double or Nothing? I think. I think they should, even if it's like silly shit.
Yeah.
But like, not just have like he goes in there, beats the shit out of him, and then that's it.
So yeah. So let me tell you about what we got going on in my what.
Go for it.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm gonna,
Sorry.
I'm gonna channel my.
I felt like I kind of halted you there. I was
I'm
like,
gonna channel my inner Excalibur.
go for it.
There's a match, and there's another match. A 10-man tag. There's gonna be 10 people in it, and there's another match. And
That was it.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
There's no way. So I was listening to another podcast. I was listening to a podcast, and they were like debating. They were like, okay, does he do that like legit, or like what are the odds that he actually reads that in regular? It's a pre-tape, and he reads it at regular speed, and then they play it at like 2 times speed.
I don't know.
I feel like there's no way he's doing it that fast without messing up.
I feel like he does knock it out of the park, but like I feel like you'd sense this if it was like modified in some way.
Yeah.
Like if it was
the
like
tone is
yeah.
Yeah.
He's able to do it like, because even they used to do the thing where like they'd hand it off to each other. It'd be like Shivani and then Ross and then him and then back to Shivani or something.
We were back to that not all the time, but we were back to that sometimes annoying thing this week where the show feels fucking rushed.
Yeah, at times
we had like 2 weeks of like I felt like the show was really solid, and this week I felt like we were back to like being a super rush show again.
Did you feel? The one thing I loved Britt Baker being back.
Mm-hmm.
But then I hated the fact that like she's like Tony Storm. And this is like, you just finished a match, I get it. But like, you're like, but there's no real competition. And I'm like, just take a breath, relax.
Yeah, I felt like they wanted her to speak specifically because they had the Steelers out there, and and she's in Pittsburgh, but like it should have either been before the match or it should have been like a commercial break thing.
Keep in mind, and I don't know if you see these, but on YouTube they didn't the pre stuff, the build up stuff that they put out on YouTube, didn't hear from her whatsoever. The first time we've seen her since the St. Patty's Day thing, and she just came out. She came out with the two, like when her entrance came. Have not seen her since then. Maybe the award show, but I think that was pre-recorded. But point is that she hasn't been seen. They talked to just the Danielle chick that she fought, and that was it. Like she explained how she's gonna beat. She's like Pittsburgh, more like or Britsburg, more like Schittsburg, and she was like doing all these stuff, and it's just like, yeah, cool. All right, now here comes Britt Baker, and they're like, all right, well that's the match, and I'm like, wait, hold up, what? No, talk to her too, because you should always do that. And they didn't, and I was like, okay, and then it just felt really weird when she was just huffing and puffing from her match.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of when they, because I feel like they do that pretty consistently with like Tony Schiavone and stuff, where they're like, let's talk to him after the match, and I don't know. Most of the time I feel like those don't go that well.
It was just that was the one thing I noticed from that. Some of the stuff she said was great, making fun of Tony Storm.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I get it. The pie in the face. Yeah. And she was at another company. Yeah. Which I love the fact that Britt Baker does not shy away from talking shit on WWE. She's just like, yeah, it's awful company. It's shit. Don't like it. She doesn't say those exact words, but my point is that. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get Danhausen versus Hook. But
probably not.
Let's talk about what we do have. We have, I've already forgotten. The first match was something, what was the first match?
10-man tag?
No, I think that's going to be the, actually, you know what?
I was just naming matches. I wasn't going in any type of
I
order.
don't think they were going. But let's talk about the 10-man tag. There goes my wallet.
The Undisputed Elite.
Yeah, that's not something. They just started that, right? Because I must have missed the boat on when they started doing that. If so, I get
it was just recently they started calling themselves Undisputed Elite.
I like that, which kind of sullies the concept of Omega coming back and being part of the two groups. I mean, we'll probably get.
Well, no, then they can split, right? Because, Because Kenny would come back, he would take the Young Bucks, and they'd be the Elite, and then Adam Cole would go with Red Dragon, and they would be the Undisputed.
Yeah. So, but then also we have Switchblade being involved. Jay White. What is that?
Switchblade.
Okay, I was gonna say, is that the notion that he does?
Yep.
I've never seen him do that before.
Me neither.
Okay. You're just making stuff up.
He's swinging a switchblade.
So Jay White,
I feel like I wanna say this because I felt this as soon as it came out. I felt like the Forbidden Door announcement and Switchblade coming out would have been so much cooler if, like, what was it, 3 or 4 months ago, they hadn't had that one random match on Rampage where Switchblade came out.
Trent.
Yeah, for like no, and then he just disappeared again.
Yeah,
and wasn't a part of anything. Like I feel like if they hadn't done that and then Switchblade came out, people would be like, "Holy fucking shit!"
Yeah, well, I think this is more so his hint to the Bullet Club being a thing. You really need to stop motioning stuff when no one can see what you're doing.
Oh.
He just took his hand and then pretended to shoot a bunch of people along the line. So
Bullet Club.
So people can see what Gibbles is doing right now.
Bullet Club.
And saying Bullet Club a bunch of times. So yeah, we'll talk about the Forbidden Door. I wanted to talk about Friday.
Yep.
Friday was not bad. I forget what else they did as far as matches, but then the Adam Cole versus Ishii, pretty good. But Jay White came out and distracted, I guess. Because he came out to the front of the entrance and then was just like, hey, look at me. And then it gave, and Adam Cole a chance to just give him a low blow and then do the boom, and then that was it. So it's just like normally, it's very. I guess till we get into the real meat of the Owen Hart Cup, all the matches when you see either a Ring of Honor or a New Japan guy, you go, well, obviously the AEW guy is going to be winning, for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he's just somebody that like in the sense of Samoa Joe and Max Caster, he's just gonna be.
The tournament starts May 11th, I think.
May 11th. But and then we also had just the main points. Jade Cargill, Marina Shafir, super boring.
I could have
At
told
least
you that.
by the end of it.
I could have
it
told
wasn't
you
a
that
bad
when
match.
they announced it.
It wasn't a bad match. It was the fact that they built it up to, I'm like, maybe they'll make a big deal out of it being the 30.
Mm-hmm.
But it just could have been a lot better. Like, it had potential to be better, but it just wasn't. And they're really focused on this baddie thing, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
So I wonder if... so I had thought of this at some point over the last 2 or 3 days. I wondered if the baddie thing is going to... potentially like lean into something. So so Keith Lee's married to Mia Yim, and she was let go by WWE. I don't know if she's going to continue wrestling or anything or whatever, but she
has a lovely YouTube channel though.
Her gimmick, her thing was HBIC, head baddie in charge, because they couldn't say like head bitch in charge in WWE. So I've wondered if the whole baddie section is a thing of like she's gonna come out and be like, I'm the head baddie in charge or whatever, and she'll be the one who like dethrones
I would love
Jade.
that.
Maybe.
That would be really
I don't know.
nice.
That's probably a pipe dream.
Yeah, it's most of the time that stuff happens like that. Yeah, it's just don't give a fuck about the baddie section. I do think that the Danhausen hook thing this week was pretty funny, considering that he just had a bunch of chips all over the floor and just. It was reminding me of Men in Black 1, where he's sitting there crushing the roaches in the dumpster and going, and like just crushing chips, and it just pissed him off more. That was good.
And he finally spoke.
Yeah, and it was very seductive and weird because he pushed him against the wall, and it made me think of like Roger from American Dad, where he's just like, he's like, oh, we're gonna make out? What? No, why? He's like, you just pushed me up against the wall. He was like, yeah, I'm angry at you. Oh, I thought it was something else was gonna happen.
Hey, at least Hook didn't call the cops on Danhausen, and then and thank God that Danhausen isn't an 8-year-old black kid.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, sorry. There's like this real life thing going on where like this kid apparently stole like a bag or two of chips or whatever, and like 3 or 4 cops roll up on him in like 2 squad cars and like break the chips in his face and throw him, and then like throw him in the back of the cop car, and
What the hell?
it's fucking crazy, dude.
So wrestling.
Sorry.
No, it's good. I was just like,
You
I've
said the
never-
chips all over the place, and it made me think of that.
Oh.
So
It
I
made
made
me-
it. I made a topical reference.
Yeah. Well, I made a Men in Black reference, so keep your.
It was like
chips-
20 years ago. It's
keep
not
your
topical.
chips at my motherfucking mouth,
That's topical.
which is what I didn't do last week when Hook was here.
Yeah,
That
that was recent. That was topical.
Yes, thank you. Slaps and whatnot, and Chris Rock, G.I. Jane. So we have one of the ones I'm really quite surprised that I'm excited for, which is FTR against each other.
Yep, that's happening.
Really excited for that one. Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb.
Or as the internet has dubbed it, bald versus hair.
Wait, which match?
FTR.
Okay, Serena Deeb was bald at one point.
Yes.
Remember? So yes, and it's bald versus hair. Serena Deeb versus Shida. It's a Philly street fight.
Yep.
They could just call it a street fight.
No.
Don't know why.
They can't call it a street fight. It's
Can I
in
ask you-
Philly.
Can I ask you a question? Okay, you ready
Mhm.
for this? A Minneapolis street fight and a Philly street fight. What's the difference?
They're in two different cities.
Okay, that's not really a difference.
Two vastly different playing fields.
Is Sheeta gonna staple Serena Deep's balls
She doesn't have balls.
that you know of? Did you just assume her gender? Jesus.
I did. I'm sorry.
Is there gonna be staples involved? Is what I'm saying.
Probably not.
Because for some reason Minnesota or right Minneapolis, whatever the hell they were when they did the 5-man inner circle versus top team. Is that they're gonna do? I don't fucking know. We've been gone. There's so much to talk about because we've been gone because we didn't do Easter, because Easter is normally when we record, or Sundays is normally when we record. But we missed Battle of the Belts.
I didn't watch.
You didn't watch it?
No.
Did you see that Sammy Guevara won his title back?
I did.
Yeah. Guess how he did it? Did you see what he did? Gave him a low blow.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, gave him a low blow and then told him to go to hell.
I think him and Ty Conti are turning heel.
Leaning in. I like it.
They're like
Be mad. Yeah, no, they
making out.
They won the title and then they were up
Tongue.
on top of the roof on top of the ramp and just fucking making out.
Man, he's a lucky guy.
And they said, "Be mad." I like that catchphrase, "Be mad," because it was like it's almost like telling the internet that gave them shit, telling them fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with it.
It almost sounds like well, no, that was Miz and Morrison, not Miz and Maurice. Never mind. Miz and Morrison would do the "Be Jealous."
Were they making out at the ramp?
They weren't. No.
Oh, okay. How disappointing.
I originally brought it up because I thought it was Miz and Maurice, and
If
then
it
I realized
was-
it wasn't.
If it was, then I need you to send me the link so I can avoid it.
Avoid it.
So I don't check it out. Two men kissing on each. So anyway, so I forget what the guy's name is. Grisham versus Castle was good. It was all right. You watch Attack of the Show?
Yes.
Dalton Castle reminds me of Will Neff. He looks like Will Neff in the face.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a bunch of men following him around with feathers and airing him down. But he looks like Will Neff. But anyway.
And then the big guy came out.
Yeah, the big guy. Let's just call him the big guy.
Big guy.
The not Great Khali. The he's a basketball player. Is that what they said?
Yeah, I think they said he's a basketball player.
Something Singh. That was weird, but
Well, they want to capture that the India market, so
yeah, but they have Sanjay Dutt.
he doesn't really wrestle anymore. Actually, I don't think he wrestles at all anymore.
No, he doesn't. I was just joking.
But
Someone
I mean, it
Indian.
makes logistically it makes
There's
sense.
got to be someone else that's Indian. Brandy wrote no,
Brandy Rhodes.
no, that she's different. She's someone
How
else.
come you're not coming up with the name of the modern day no, what's his the modern day no.
What are you doing?
Raj, he's the modern day something Jinder Mahal.
Jinder Mahal.
His nickname is the modern day Mirahaj or something like that.
Jinder Mahal is. I'm talking about AEW. If they have any Indian people on
Oh,
AEW.
I was just talking
Oh.
Indian.
No,
I
know,
also
there's
am,
plenty. There's Veer.
yeah. That's true. There's Veer.
Can't forget about Veer.
Send Hook.
No, Hook's not Indian.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you mean? Oh,
I remember they started tweeting
Dude,
send
yeah.
Veer right
And you're
after
like-
the send Hook and
then
like a
Taz
blatant
was like, you motherfuckers.
yeah, a blatant rip off.
Don't you talk to me or my kid ever again. So yeah, I want to talk about once again, Thunder Rosa retained her title at Battle of the Belts. This is the problem. Okay, so I watched the whole match. Fucking, there's a one good thing and one bad thing. Okay, Nyla Rose, great outfit, Venom, fucking cool as shit. She put face paint on the side of her face as well. Problem is, it's the first time I think we've seen her wrestle with these dreads, and they kept getting in her fucking way. Nyla Rose had this hair in her way most of the time.
Yeah, some hairdos just don't work.
Yeah, she was better off the way she had her hair, but that was the one problem I had with the match, where she was having issues with it. But other than that, awesome outfit, loved it. It's cool.
Good.
It's along with the Deathstroke and the Mega Man one. fantastic. Don't know why Jade Cargill. I really love some of the costumes they have for whether it's the women or the men, just whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why Jade Cargill dressed up as the Riddler. I know it was Cash
So
instead
topical
of
reference.
Cash. It was or instead of the question mark, it was Cash. But still weird.
It's a topical reference.
It was like Jim Carrey, Riddler,
I don't know what to tell
the
you.
full bodysuit.
They're just looking for green for her, is what it is.
Yeah, I liked her with white hair though.
Because like before, it was the last like big thing she did was Jade from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
who's
that was
also green.
fucking cool too.
Who's also
Forgot
green.
about that one.
So maybe
Storm
they're trying
was
to
awesome
do like
too.
all greens. I don't know.
Storm and Jade from Mortal Kombat, they're both great ones too. I love that's the one thing I love about that. And I think who was the one on WWE that would do shit like that? Besides New Day. New Day does that shit all the time where they do cool outfits. Like
Ray does it, but only for WrestleMania.
yeah, that's true. But like the New Day did He-Man and Skeletor, they did Sub-Zero and Scorpion. They've done
The green and white Power Rangers.
have they done that one? I didn't see that one. That's
Yeah.
fucking sick. I love
They
that.
they did those when they split the group and Big E was on SmackDown, and they were on Raw.
This is all over the place. I figured we'd have more of a format, but we're just kind of fucking. There's so much to talk
It's your
about.
fault.
How's it my fault?
I don't know.
Well, we're gonna be there tonight at AEW, Dynamite, and also Rampage.
Dynamite.
Should I do a sign? I want to do a sign, but I don't think I should. These are
So-
my options. And I tell you my options first. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
One is I shit my britches on Dynamite. Please retweet to reference CM Punk. Whether he's there or not, it's still funny.
Mhm.
Will you marry me, Cheetah, in Japanese? This is gonna take a lot of work. I'll learn how to do it.
Mhm.
3, I had another one, but I can't think of what it was. I can't think of it.
So here's my thoughts.
Go ahead. I know exactly what you're gonna say. Maybe not exactly.
We're on the camera side.
We
We're
are
on the
on the
hard-
camera side.
We're on the hard camera side, which means when they're on the hard cam, they're behind us.
Yeah, I know. And I'm aware, but
So
it's not for the
It's-
camera. It's
it's-
for them.
Well, so here's the thing, right? It's going to be very difficult for your sign to be seen
This is my
because
idea.
of where we are.
This is my
Number
idea.
one.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 2, I've noticed at a certain point there stopped being signs in the hard cam side, and I am now unclear if they let you bring signs to the hard camera side or not. Because I feel like you used to see it all the time in the Attitude Era, people holding up signs and it would be on the hard camera side. I've noticed that's not a thing anymore. So I
Mhm.
wonder if security does not let you use signs if you're on the hard camera side.
And as far as photography, I'm guessing I'm not gonna be able to bring a camera in, which
No.
is fine because I got a new phone. For some reason, it still has the background for the
Which
Sombra.
phone?
What do you mean?
Which
I got
phone
a
did you get?
Pixel. I got a Pixel 6
Cool.
yesterday because I was like, excuse me.
Yeah, you can't bring
When Adam Cole does the boom, I want to take a good picture or video of it.
Yeah, you can't bring
Not the move, the
cameras. I know what you're talking
because he'd be right there in front of us. I
Mhm.
could spit on him. Hopefully, he likes it. By the way, Wardlow
I think
versus...
you're gonna get thrown out if you spit on him.
Nah, I like it. I said, I love you. It's like Ace Ventura. It means I like him. I like you. Archer versus Wardlow. What'd you think about Butcher versus Wardlow?
Not that great. I don't really like Butcher though.
You know what was weird when they did the whole build-up thing the night before?
Mm-hmm.
Was when he talks. I'm like, I did not expect a voice like that. He sounds like us, like a nerdy. He has like this nerdy voice to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's really weird. Very strange.
Yeah, it was okay.
So people can tell when I'm doing the little Butcher thing where he puts his 2 fingers on his chin and go. Blah. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
And I think they're in a weird position because logically it makes sense that MJF is like, you're gonna fight the big motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
But like he can't do the power bomb thing as well with the big motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, with Butcher, he was like barely like when the release, he kind of was like legs were so
yeah.
wide out.
So I don't know how that's gonna work with Archer, and like Wardlow's whole thing is the power bomb thing. So I'm like, I mean, but I also get it. They're trying to they're like, okay, now we got the fans invested like through the power bomb thing, so let's do like a little bit of something different to see if we can like keep them invested in him.
I think either they'll have him powerbomb him and have it struggle with it, or have him like powerbomb him once and be like, that's it, and just pin him.
Yeah.
Like it'll be a struggle for Wardlow. Because Archer they build up as very
And then
much
we'll
a
get-
crazy motherfucker.
And then we'll get Wardlow versus MJF for Wardlow's contract at Double or Nothing is my
I hope
guess.
so. That'd be fun.
That's my
Do you
guess.
think he'll fight him, or you think he'll fight Sean Spears?
I think he fights MJF at the pay-per-view.
Okay.
You give him the big pay-per-view match at the pay-per-view.
Well, that makes sense because it's like with the CM Punk thing, where he's like, I'm gonna fuck you up until you give me a match against you.
Yep.
That makes sense. Sorry, I went off a rant because I remembered that Wardlow was gonna be there when we go tonight.
Wardlow.
Yeah, I'm a little bit upset that I can't hear the "This is war." I really like that, and it's like, oh, he's not gonna get his music. That sucks.
You know what I thought was hilarious?
What?
He comes out surrounded by the security guards, and he's handcuffed on the way to the ring. And Excalibur or Tony Schiavone, one of them, is like, JR, have you ever seen anything like this? And JR's like, I've never seen anything like this. And I'm like,
cut to
bro, Kane.
cut to.
Kane did this, bro.
Yeah. I'm sure they've done it with, I guess entrance wise, maybe not, but they've handcuffed and arrested Stone Cold plenty of times.
Yeah. It's funny.
Yeah.
I find it funny.
But, so, I was going to say a joke about the sign thing where,
I wouldn't.
no, I know. I probably won't because it's just too much work.
Too much work.
But also, I said, do you think that after she does match, she'll carry me off into the sunset like that one? I guess the only reference you know is when Homer did it in Simpsons to Marge, carried him off into the sunset. I forget what it is. An Officer and a Gentleman? I don't know what movie it
I
is.
don't
Kevin
know.
Costner. Anyway.
Yes, she will.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
Whatever makes you feel better.
I'll do the whole faint thing and she'll catch me and then we'll just walk off into the sunset.
This
See, now it's in your head.
is war. You know,
Um,
AEW has a
Pay-per-view coming up?
no a Spotify account. So
Does it?
you can listen to theme songs.
Uh,
You can push that up if you want.
Let's talk about something. AEW. I'm going to talk about that. AEW has a pay-per-view coming up. Well, not coming up. I guess they just announced a new pay-per-view called The Forbidden Door.
I mean, it's only 2 months away.
Gibbles, what does that mean?
It means there's a door. It's forbidden, but they're opening it up.
What does the Forbidden Door mean?
Forbidden means that you're not supposed to
I don't need a
go
direct-
near it or touch it.
I don't need an actual
Webster
dictionary.
Webster defines forbidden as it
For
looks
people
like
who don't know the term Forbidden Door
It
for
l-
wrestling.
it looks like I'm sorry, we still on the means.
Well, I just
ba-
mean like
So the forbidden
it's a term that's been used a lot.
yeah, so the forbidden door thing kind of all started because in WWE's world nobody exists except WWE.
because it's the WWE universe.
Correct. And so anything else outside of WWE is quote unquote forbidden because it doesn't exist. That it's like you were in a void until you joined WWE. So it was kind of like quote unquote forbidden for companies to work together and borrow talent and do different things. And I was actually thinking about this the other day. It actually even goes back to like the territory days, right? Because like
Yeah.
the territories really didn't work together or anything like that either. So it's kind of
I'm sure
and
there's
then
some
even
that did.
and then even the Monday Night Wars, right? WCW and WWE didn't work together for obvious reasons. So it was kind of like it's very like forbidden for these different companies to be working together and doing things together. So it kind of then became a term, the Forbidden Door. was going out and working for more than one major company at a time and having major companies working together.
So I have a little bit of a theory on that, or I guess like a curiosity towards it. The concept that, do you think a lot of it has to do with, and I think this is just me thinking. Okay. Do you think part of it is two things? The Monday Night War, but also, and I think this comes from the paranoia of everything, but the Montreal screw job. Do you think that those rely heavily on the way WWE does things now? Because the big thing I feel like for Vince was losing the title, or not thinking he was going to get his title back and losing it, not getting it back from Bret Hart. But then also the Monday Night Wars, because you're either on that side or on this side. And it's just like, you can't be both. It was such a competition that I just feel like a lot of the stuff...
Yes and no.
Because I think even with indies kind of changed that, where it's just like, oh yeah, you could just go wherever. There's no real...
Yeah, so I would say yes and no. Yes, to a certain degree, because going through things like that would make you a certain kind of business person. And the only way to survive something like that is to be a certain type of business person. Part of the reason why I say... so that's part of the reason why I say yes. Part of the reason why I say no is because Vince has kind of always been that way. I mean, like before the Monday Night Wars, right? You go back and you look at he bought the territory from his father, and what did he start to do? He started to make a national chain, and he would either buy out or drive out and put out of business the other territories as he kind of became a national chain. So like he was doing things like that, and it was like and working with the wrestlers, you're signing an exclusive contract with me, and you're not going to go work for these other territories and these other places because I'm paying you this amount of money to work exclusively for me. So he was kind of doing that way before the Monday Night War and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I say no. So that's why I say yes and no.
No, I get you. I think that's why. I think that's the cool part about the whole CM Punk thing, when they played off that when he won the title, and he was just like, "Is he going to be leaving? Is he not going to be leaving?" Because they were like, they knew that. Was it the night of the pay-per-view he signed the contract? So he was like,
yeah, and there's a lot of things he could have done with that they obviously didn't. But
yeah, it's very interesting to think that was the norm for him.
Yeah.
But that's the reason why I love AEW. We're just like, you don't know who's going to show up.
You have no idea.
And they could be gone the next day. Like Jay White, remember?
Yep.
Where he just showed up and then he was gone.
Yeah, so so the Jay White thing, I wondered if they were like, they did that, and as they were like working out another deal with Impact, and that Impact deal maybe fell through. Because I've noticed like Jay White came in for that one show and then kind of disappeared. But like also like the Good Brothers have been kind of missing. Like they haven't been on AEW in a while. So I was kind of wondering if like they got Jay White as like for a one-time thing as they were working out a deal with Impact, and that deal kind of fell through.
Where is Jay at now?
So he's New Japan.
Okay.
But he's also in Impact.
Yeah, I remember he was on Impact for one of those matches.
Yeah.
The thing they were talking about around WrestleMania weekend was the Good Brothers were going to be out of their contract soon, and they said, "Oh, maybe someone will pick us up. Maybe one of our friends." Maybe like implying that the Young Bucks were gonna come by and go, "Hey, we'll take the Good Brothers off your hands." And
yeah, I kind of wondered if that was possibly going to happen. If the Good Brothers left their Impact contracts, if they'd get picked up by AEW,
which would be a good time now with the whole Forbidden Door pay-per-view event to be like, "Hey." I don't know when their contract ends. I just remember they mentioned it.
Yeah. So they did, and Tony Khan did confirm that. I don't know if I assume the entire pay-per-view is going to be this way, but he at least confirmed that like it's going to be, that there will be a number of AEW versus New Japan matches. I don't know if it's going to end up being like a, hey, we're going to get like 3 versus matches and the rest are New Japan and AEW, but from the vibe they're giving off, I mean, they made that announcement. He did specifically say there's going to be AEW versus New Japan. The vibe they're giving off is that the whole card will be AEW versus New Japan.
They should, because then it's like, when are you going to see this match again? Who knows? Come see it. Come watch it. Buy it. Do
And
shit.
then potentially, I could see it. I could see if this pay-per-view does well, in terms of they're in Chicago, so they're going to sell out. If it does a good buy rate, I could see them like doing it again next year, like making it a once a year annual thing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I think that'd be awesome. But yeah, Forbidden Door, we don't have anything planned yet, but I'm sure they'll come up with something that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it also makes me wonder if All Out is not going to be in Chicago this year, because All Out has always been in Chicago. Yeah, All Out's always been in Chicago, but they're doing Forbidden Door in Chicago at the end of June, and All Out is usually Labor Day weekend, the first weekend in September. So I don't know if they're gonna do
They
All
might
Out
just
in
go right
Chicago.
back to it
Maybe.
by then. They're in Chicago.
The only reason I would think to go back there would be if they were gonna do the Punk title match there, but they're not. They're doing it Double or Nothing. They've also kind of got like this whole city thing kind of mapped out, at least for some of them, and I'm kind of like, I want a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like All Out has always been in Chicago. Double or Nothing has been during the pandemic. It was obviously in Florida, like everything was, but otherwise it's always been in Vegas.
Well, even now they're doing. Were they going to like California soon?
Soon, yeah.
Because they were mentioning it with
Yeah, and I'm just
Young
kind of like
Bucks?
Philly's a big
Philly's
wrestling town.
Hey,
Can we get a
we're
pay per
over
view?
here. Hey, this is Philly here.
It's just very interesting that they're doing and you know what, maybe part of it is still because of certain restrictions that certain states and stuff have.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say to you, or I was gonna mention to you on Wednesday to make sure you have a mask, because I don't know what the I don't know what the policy is, because I know that Philly Philly reinstituted the mask mandate for a certain number of days because of Easter. So they would be forced to comply with whatever the Philly ruling is.
Well, we'll see.
So I was going to remind you to like bring one just in case, because I don't know if they're going to make you today. Yes, I was going to say bring one just in case, because I don't know what their policy is going to be.
We can keep on with the charade, but we don't really need to.
The
We
charade.
just, like, the charade. Yeah, is that how you say it? Charade.
No,
The
I don't think it is.
What is it? What's the? Oh shit! The mom from the Cosby Show, Felicity Rashad.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's I mean,
Get hype.
yeah, no, I'm excited.
Forbidden Door.
Oh, for that. I
Get
thought you
hype.
meant for tonight.
Double or Nothing. Get hype.
Yeah.
Dynamite tonight. Get hype.
Well, yeah. Well,
We
of
got a
course.
ladder match.
We got a ladder match.
Let's
go. We didn't really ladder match. Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky. We got a Philly street fight. It's different from a normal street fight. It's Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. We got Wardlow versus Lance Archer.
Yep.
Doesn't do a very good shooting star or moonsault. Which one was it? Moonsault.
Moonsault.
He doesn't do a very good moonsault that very well. Don't ask. And then
That was scary as shit.
yeah. I remember watching that. I was like, ooh.
I was
no.
like, holy shit.
And then shit. And then the 10-man tag.
10-man tag.
There's got to be something else in it.
Which the 10-man tag is
2 hours, 4 matches. There's no way that we got to have something else.
the 10-man tag is totally a
Squash.
squash. It's a spotlight for those guys.
Yeah.
So most of the time Dynamite will have 8 to 9 segments. So that kind of gives you, like, if they've announced 4 matches, there's probably like 2 more matches and then 2 interview segments.
We're going to have Brandon Cutler out on ringside. We're gonna have Art Anderson, and we're gonna have the Pirate Cheerleader. We're gonna have. I really just wanted to say Pirate Cheerleader.
The Pirate Cheerleader.
Yeah, the Varsity Blondes.
Oh, they're in the tag match.
Yeah,
I forgot they were in the tag match.
it's the Varsity Blondes. Shit.
I forgot that's who you were referencing.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is the Pirate Cheerleader? And
cheerleader,
then
who's
you
the
said the
pirate?
Varsity Blondes, and I went, oh, right.
Shit. You made me forget. So Dante Martin, which I don't get why they just don't put his brother in there.
Is his brother hurt again? Because all of a
hope
sudden he's in
not.
these 6-man tag matches, and I'm like,
Same,
where's his
yeah.
brother?
So Dante Martin.
Lee Moriarty.
Is he in it?
I think so. Isn't it Dante Lee and Brock Anderson? Or
Shoddy
yeah.
Lee and Brock Anderson, but then the Varsity Blondes in it. We have to look it up.
Yeah, I had to look it up.
I don't think Lee Moriarty is in it. I think it's just.
Wasn't
I think
he
Lee
in the
Moriarty
six?
was in the where
the
was in
6-man
the
tag?
Combat Club one.
Yeah, I think the Combat Club does something.
I think it's.
Well, they have to do something.
I think it's Dante, the Art Anderson team.
I'd look it up, but
and
I
then
don't know where my
Varsity
phone is.
Blondes. I'm pretty sure it's that team. I'll look it up right now.
While you're doing that,
Not interference.
the combat the Blackpool Combat Club, most likely will do something, whether it's an interview or a match on either Dynamite or Rampage. I would find it very hard to believe that they would not use those guys in Philadelphia, considering Daniel Bryan kind of became famous through Ring of Honor, which is a Philadelphia promotion, and Dean Ambrose kind of lived in Philly for a number of years, and Manny Young, and trained at CZW and kind of became famous in Philadelphia. And Wheeler Yuta is from Philadelphia.
Yeah, he is.
So they all have ties to
They
Philadelphia.
You have
So
to have it.
I would assume the Combat Club does something, whether it's Dynamite or Rampage.
When you said it, and I was like, oh, he's talking out his ass for most of this, and I was like, oh, Wheeler Yuta's from here.
He's
Never
from
mind.
here, yeah.
I was like,
But
yeah,
even
yeah,
still,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I would say that Philly considers Moxley a hometown guy. Daniel Bryan probably not as much, but I honestly believe that Philly sees Moxley as a Philly guy,
You think?
even though he's not. Well, like that whole time he was in CZW and everything, like he lived in Manayunk. He fucking loves the Flyers. Like,
Does he really?
yeah,
That's awesome. That's cool. That's just a cool.
like he's kind of a Philly guy. Like I truly believe that Philly sees him as a hometown person, even though he's not from here.
I cannot find the goddamn match card.
It's a showcase for the Undisputed Elite because they're facing nobodies.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like the last tag match.
But like every time
That
I
was
go
here.
somewhere for it, it just like right away just gives me shit, and I'm like, God damn it, just give me the goddamn match card. But anyway,
You know it's all about the boom.
see, and I found one, and it's last week's.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know it's all about the boom.
No, not tomorrow. Why did it say tomorrow? So, big night tonight. I'm excited. I am just rock hard. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, no, this is Friday. God damn it. Yeah, it just shows Friday shit. We're going to find out eventually. Anyway, got a big match stuff up. I don't know what's going to happen on Rampage. I'm sure we'll find out that Wednesday. And then watch it that night.
So it's going to be a long night.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah.
and most of the time you don't know what happens on Rampage till that week's Dynamite anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, what they'll do is Dynamite will go off the air. While the guys are leaving the ring, Tony Khan will come out and he'll kind of get you hyped up for like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. He's like, we're doing whatever, and they'll change out whatever they have to change out, and then he's like, yeah, thank you so much for sticking around. We're gonna film Rampage, and then they film Rampage. So like we're basically there till like 11:30.
Great.
It's a long night.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. I think last time we went till we got back here, it was like 12:30 or 1 o'clock.
Oh shit.
It's a long night.
I hope I come into work tomorrow the next day, but we'll find out. Either way, I'm gonna
It
have
is
a fun
definitely
time.
it is definitely an example of you watch and you go. I mean, it's different because we're in the front row, so you kind of like want to stay. But it's also one of those total things where it's like if you're not really interested in anything that's happening on Rampage that week, you just leave.
Yeah. I don't know. I still would want to watch it. I don't know.
Well, that's what I said. It's different because we're in the front row.
What do they do in the beginning?
Dark.
Does it go right? Okay, it does dark and then. Okay.
Yeah, they
should
filmed
be fun.
dark before. Honestly, I have no plans to like force us to get there by whatever time.
Yeah,
And
it's
like
not a
last time,
big
they were
deal.
like filming dark, and like people were still outside, like waiting to get in
Smoking
because the line
doobies.
was so long.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just hanging out. Playing
No,
Nintendo.
like we were still trying to get in, and they were filming dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm excited. I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Which means tonight on AEW Dynamite, Kebbles and Pookie the Wolf will be there in the crowd. Just look, down to the bottom of the screen. You'll see the back of our heads, most likely. Right, just you and me? Who else is going? Just you and me?
Sabrina.
Oh, me, Kibbles, and Sabrina. What are you doing? Oh, God. Ah. Okay.
I
So,
just wanted to hear it
yeah.
echo.
AEW Dynamite. And then Rampage as well, but that's Friday. And that's all we have for us today. What else are we looking forward to? You have no
I think
clue.
that's about it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think that's all of it. There's nothing else really going on.
well, I'm sorry I broke in. And either way,
No,
we're
you're
going to
not.
have fun.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. You have some lovely figures.
Thank you.
I was playing with them earlier. I put them back the way. I put them back the way you had them. It's almost like I didn't even touch them at all. It's weird. It's almost like I'm doing a bit.
But
Say again?
But
Are you okay?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for listening. And we'll see you guys next time. And remember, if you don't like anything, I don't fucking know the line anymore.
But it was if you don't have anything to say, don't say anything at all. Or something like that.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Or something
No,
like
that was the right way. No.
Okay, whatever. Watch us on AEW Dynamite. Watch AEW Dynamite. We're gonna be on it.
Yep.
I'm excited to be at AEW tonight, and as Liv Morgan says, signing off. Oh fuck.
Scissors, because they got cut. And then Anthony Bowens
Oh my god.
replied to it and said, "See, even Sheamus loves the Acclaimed."
I love it.
It was amazing.
I remember the dark episode. Either the dark episode or something I was watching from whatever Rampage. I remember the moment that Anthony Bowen acknowledged his scissoring and wasn't grossed out by it. He's like, all right, yeah, make it happen. And he
Yes,
did it.
because for a while he was fighting
He
it.
was like, stop it. And then